to get out and like actually go like see actual people instead of like sitting home and trading all fucking day and all night. It's definitely nice to get out of the house. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you guys aren't getting chopped up too hard. It's been tough, you know, after like this huge move we had. You know, it's always like you get this consolidation and just chop or digestion in the market. And like in here you get really you know, there's a lot of emotion in these candles here because people who miss this run up are like getting long in here and they're like stopping themselves out and then like adding size in here and then like comes back down and they just get like chopped up in here. It's no fun for sure. It's no fun if like you don't have a plan. So for me, like I try and have a plan at all times. You know, like you have to like tune out the bullshit, tune out the noise, tune out Twitter, tune out like everyone posting P&L screenshots and like massive gains on fucking Solana shit coins, and you got to tune it all out. You know, you can't be like using that energy to FOMO into like low quality setups and then like because you're not confident about those trades, you're like stopping yourself out or like adding too much size, adding too much leverage because you're trying to make up for missed gains, and then like you know you're just like chopping your portfolio to bits. So in my experience, it's best to just like take a deep breath, zoom the fuck out, know where we're at, and you know understand like the trend. You know, we have to figure out which way we're gonna break because we're sitting in this range right now. Like 43.5 is capping the upside, 40.5 is capping the downside. You know, we're in this like 7% range right now. And we've been in this range for let's see how long now. 8 days. 8 days of pain and chop and digestion. It has not been fun. But you know, at least for Bitcoin, but like for other coins like Celestia, you know, they've had like some pretty crazy runs. INJ has gone fucking ballistic. I fucking missed that whole run, man. It's all good. This thing has just been sending. You know, while like this is 8 days, right? For INJ, while Bitcoin has done nothing for 8 days, like this thing's up 70%. So for me personally, like what I want to do for you guys going forward is one, I want to start posting my trades like every single time in the command prompt. I haven't been doing that. I apologize for that. I'm new, but I talked to the guys this weekend. I was like, hey, what am I doing good? What am I doing wrong? How can I get better? How can I provide more value and more how can I provide more value to the groups, to everyone following my trades? So from now on, every time I post a setup, I'm going to be posting it in the trade section, so you guys will see that from now on. So don't worry about having to follow every single like line I write in my corner. And so like, you know, if you're just looking for a signal, you'll get the signal from me, and then you'll get the follow up like management, like I did on like I did yesterday, like when we caught the long from 41.6 up to 42.5, and how I manage that trade. Told you guys to like raise your stops, you know, trim a little bit, and then I told you that I took, you know, we hit the first target and to trim more and to raise your stop up so it's break even. That was like a risk-free like scam pump trade. So from now on, like I'll be doing that more often. Another thing I'll be doing from now on is I think, you know, my bread and butter for a while has been just trading like big size Bitcoin and Ethereum longs and shorts. But like obviously the market, you know, while we're in these digestion periods, like the market's not doing too much. And I know a lot of you are like wanting other types of setups from coins that are like getting heavy rotations and like big volume and they're just going crazy, right? So for me, I'm gonna start, you know, I'll continue to post my Bitcoin setups because I think it's very important that you guys know where Bitcoin is, because based on those Bitcoin setups, you'll know like whether or not you know, if Bitcoin's coming to support, if I'm bullish or bearish on Bitcoin, you'll be able to like play my Bitcoin biases onto your alts. So if I think Bitcoin's at a hold here and scam pump, then like maybe like potentially scaling into altcoins will be a good idea. So what I'll be doing is I'll be trying to track like 1 or 2 like really good and really strong alts for you. So that's what I'll be doing in the future. I'll be looking for strength off Bitcoin pairs. So, like for example, Celestia or INJ or Bonk or whatever, Solana. Things that we can play with bigger size, but like still has really really high beta to Bitcoin. So I'll be tracking those kind of coins now, and I'll be providing setups for those types of coins going forward. So I think you guys will be happy about that, because it's tough when Bitcoin's like not doing fuck all and like sitting in 2% ranges. And I know a lot of you don't want to trade like Bitcoin on 50 or 100x leverage. You'd rather like trade an altcoin on 10x leverage or 5x leverage and capture these like 5, 10, 15% moves on those coins while Bitcoin's like not doing fuck all. So I got you. For Wolfdale, like in the bigger alts I just mentioned, is it preferable to focus on L1 coins? For me, man, it doesn't matter what coin it is. What matters is strength against Bitcoin. Does it trade well? Does it have a lot of volume? Is it available on the exchanges that the majority of us trade? And like that answer is yes. I mean, those will be available because it's like it'll be coins like Celestia or INJ or something. It doesn't have to be those two coins. Like for example, AVAX. this thing fucking sent. And if I had listened to my trending system, we should have got on board these calls. So from now on, whether it's bullish or bearish, I'm going to be playing at least one or two altcoins on top of my Bitcoin pairs. Yeah. So cool. So that's what you could expect from me in the new year. I'm going to be traveling. I leave. I'm going to be gone for Christmas for like 10 days with family and friends, but I'm still going to be doing some trading and still going to be doing my like consistent daily updates, and still be calling some trades. But it's holidays. I hope you guys, take some time off, rest up a little bit and get ready for next year, because I think next year is going to be like a really, really good year for swing traders. This year has been really, really good for like holders. And I guess for swing traders too, yeah. But like I think next year we're gonna get a lot of this. I think we're gonna get a lot of this. So we'll see. Yeah, you guys are family now, for sure. I know a lot of you saw this setup I posted earlier today, or this chart I posted in my corner today. This is just my current bias. This is what I think is going to happen. I'm hoping like, because we've been trading in this range here, below 44, above 40K in this like 10% range. I'm hoping that what my bread and butter is essentially is like, I'm mostly a range bound trader. Like I traded really, really well last year and then like this year and like in these ranges. I caught like a lot of these moves. And my bread and butter really is like my system has been, I have a really good trending system, yes, but like my range bound system is really, really good. So I like to like what I'm waiting for right now is because we've been digesting in this range for so long. I'm waiting for a break of the range. I'm waiting for a deviation at the moment because I feel like we've had enough time in this range and there's been enough price action forming that like, okay, we know where range high is, we know where range low is. We kind of just chopping like up and down. So let me clear this out real quick. Let's just start fresh. Oh, and actually, let me go back to here. So last stream we talked about my thoughts on like where the top might be for this year, or the local top, like relative to like where we've been. And I've been using the 618 of this Fibonacci to kind of give me a bias. And I'll talk to you like why I think that is, and I'll talk to you like where I think the market's gonna go. But let's just start top down, like holistically how I'm viewing the market. So top of the range to the very, very bottom of the macro range, I pulled the Fibonacci. Historically, in the past, Bitcoin's traded like in 2017 when we topped to 20K. We nuked all the way down to the bottom of 3K back in 2018. Where is the top of the next run? And it was at the 618 of 13.2K. So for me, it kind of looks similar to me. It kind of looks like that's kind of happening now, which is kind of scary. But really exciting, because if we can get like a high quality setup on a swing, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm basing my entire thesis off this, but like the market tends to trade in these ranges, and the market makers and the people who are pushing price, they do everything with computer systems, and everything is programmed with algorithmic trading systems and like systematic trading systems. So it would make a lot of sense for me for the 618 to get tagged at some point, which is like 48.5. And then like what I also like to do is I like to break this market up. I like to break this market up in ranges. And what the cool thing about this market is that and I was talking to someone about this the other day, is you can take the 50% levels between these Fibonacci's, like you do something like that, and then just like see where it lines up on the 50%. So we'll just do that. We'll do a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and see what shows up. And then the same thing we can do here between 48.5 and this level, as we can draw this line here, which is like probably not perfect, but pretty fucking close. Same thing goes here. So I'm just pulling the midpoints of these levels, and you can see, and this it differs on different exchanges, right? Because the wicks go to different places on different exchanges. But like you can see here, like these levels have like very interesting midpoints, and these midpoints are often like these like interesting like support resistance levels. So look. On another exchange, I did this earlier. These midpoints lined up with like the top. So let's just like pull it down. Something like that. We can like manually adjust these things a little bit. But anyway, so if you take the midpoints, you get these like new levels, these fresh levels. And then I start looking at like other areas of confluence. So like, let me add my EMAs. I like to use a 3-day a lot for trend. And I like to use a daily and the 12-hour a lot as well for earlier signal. Right now, like my trending system's telling me to be really, really careful, because we've been, ever since the bottom, ever since like right here, 26.7K, when these EMAs flipped, we've been in a bull trend. Like the yellow line, which is a 12 EMA, and the white line, which is a 21 EMA, has been cross bullish, and we haven't flipped it ever since then and until now. And generally speaking, historically, when you look in the past and you look at past trends, you can see that when this happens, it's time to be really, really careful about your long exposure, and that potential for a flush, for like a deeper flush, is possible. So for me, like, okay, if a deeper flush is possible, if this is like the kind of the range where people are longing in here for continuation higher, where are these people being liquidated? Okay, if the average trader is like on like 10x long, they get liquidated about 8% lower, not including like maintenance margin and all that stuff, and that's like 38.5K. So I'm looking for like a pullback into this range, and it could be down to, and also like another area of confluence for me is like the 39 the CME gap here, like 39.5, 39 point now, like it was it. Let's see, it's 40.3K down to 39.5. The CME tends to trade about a 1%, $200-$300 higher than like perpetuals or spot. So if the bottom of this is like 39.5, maybe the bottom to actually fill like would require a spot price of like 39.2, 39.3. So we have that. And then we have so we have the CME gap there. We have 3-day EMAs in that range as well. 10x longs who are like freely longing this consolidation are gonna get liquidated around there. And that would just provide like a really good liquidity grab before higher. And that would provide, I would say, like that would probably provide the necessary liquidity to engineer a move to 48.5K. Like if we're gonna tag this level here, you know, there's only so much tether they can print. There's only so much narrative they can you know come up with to like bring retail in to buy spot Bitcoin up here. In order for them to do that, they would have to like get people bearish down here, really bearish down here, to finally engineer a move higher to this target. So for me, like, yes, we can long in here, but like everyone else and their mom is longing in here, and I'm not really a fan of being long where everyone else is attempting to get long. I prefer either to be long from lower, or to like long like with a tight invalidation, like something like this. Like, yes, you could long here, but you need to know where you're wrong. And for me, like, because of where this fib is, right? The 0.5 above 42.2 is like, okay, yeah, we could long here, but like I would be much more comfortable waiting for this level to get reclaimed, and then give myself an invalidation for where that could be. So yeah, maybe this low right here today could be my like invalidation for a long. Like I could potentially look to do this. That's usually not how I operate, but I am willing to give like these types of longs a shot. It's not really like my bread and butter. I'd be much more comfortable waiting for a deviation of this range to happen. Where like, okay, where like I'd much rather wait for price to come down here, sweep into this low, fill the gap, steal all the liquidate all the people who are longing in here, and then get a much cleaner long with the new invalidation like lower. For me, I'd rather long from in here than long the current price. You know, and with the trend being tested at the moment, like we lose this, like we could potentially flip. Not saying it's going to happen right now, but I'm looking for a lick grab lower before higher. That's just personally what I'm looking at. Jerome, what are these levels based on? Sure. These levels, if you take this tool here, your fib retracement tool, the macro top of 69K and the macro bottom of the FTX nuke provide these levels, these Fibonacci levels. 48.5K is a 618, which is also the top of a previous run back in 2017. Top of the retracement tool to the bottom of the 3K candle to the top of I guess you could say the echo bubble rally of 2019 that mimicked the rally of 2017. And then the other levels, the dotted lines or the other lines are just, they're just 50%. You do the same thing, fib retracement, like top line to this line, take a horizontal tool and go 50%. That's the midpoint between these two ranges. So it's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Pretty simple setup. I'm just looking for us to deviate below the range, fill the gap, get everyone and their mom bearish, reclaim back into this range, which gives you a really clean invalidation. Like, let's go to the 4 hour. So like I posted in my corner or on the chat, I'd like to scale my bids. If I'm going to go for a big Bitcoin long, because I like to trade Bitcoin. If I'm going to go for a big long, I'd like to get these levels swept. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like maybe they don't retest here. Maybe this doesn't get tagged, which is 37.7. Doesn't have to be perfect because if things are truly bullish, like sometimes they just front run levels. Like maybe we only get to like 39K. And maybe we don't even get it at all. It's very possible we don't get the sweep I'm looking for. But it would make a lot of sense to me because everyone and their mom would be bearish. Everyone would start shorting thinking the run is over. and then would provide enough liquidity for like a blow off top. Like I'm essentially playing a blow off top here for the year. You know, we started the year. If you look at the monthly candles, we started the year with no underside. It'd be very poetic if Bitcoin closed the year with a full candle, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, honestly. Like, give us a nice dip this week, like into this weekend, even like maybe Thursday, Friday, or like over the next couple of days, and then give us a sweep. And then all the shiny altcoins that you've been like begging to long because they just keep going, they would probably flush really hard. And maybe you could get into Solana. Maybe you get into Celestia or INJ, you know, because everyone and their mom will think it's over. Alts will puke. We'll give you like a really good entry, and then you could just ride. You could ride your Christmas longs and take profit right after Christmas. And there's your Santa Claus rally. There's your Christmas present. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But, you know, these candle wicks are also telling me a story as well. There's a lot of demand in here. So for continuation, just want to see 42, hold above 42K. Not a sweep and then back down into the range. I want to see like strength. Strength for me would be like, strength would be like break up, hold, and then like up like that. So you could like, I know that's like, it's a little bit higher than where we are now. And obviously if you're looking for this, like you want to get in now, but like, you know, it's hard for me to like confidently long here just yet. I'd rather wait to see it break above, retest this as support, and then start holding higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, build some pressure, squeeze a bunch of shorts, and then go for these highs, like target 1, and then target 2. And then if you're feeling really greedy, like wait for like, you know, wait for 53K, which is like the midpoint between these two levels here. So if you're like looking to swing long it. So yeah, ETFs around the corner. Who knows which fuckery that brings? I'm thinking like if an ETF does get approved, like it's probably like you could probably play a breakout. It'll probably go higher and then retrace, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's over." And then eventually all the inflows from actual institutions come in, and then there's an actual like, you know, positive benefit TWAP from like these people buying. But we'll see. You know, I'm just gonna trade the chart. You know, I'm gonna just trade what I see versus like, okay, here's the news, blah blah blah. Like everything's in the chart. If the ETF helps us sweep 48.5, like we sweep this level, if we sweep 48.5 and then break back below, and that becomes resistance, well, like you could probably short here with your invalidation wherever the high is, and just target lower, like just target like probably here. It's kind of what I'm looking for. It's a big swing. And then the halving as well. The halving, I haven't looked recently to see when that is. Projected date. I think it's like, does anyone know? I know it's in April. Like CZ posted something about the halving like a month ago. It was said April 2nd, but like I don't know if that's actually accurate. I know it changes depending on like hash rate and like a few other factors. So there's like, if anyone has like a website to share that like actually like calculates it in real time, that'd be very helpful. Because you can Google it and like I get like different answers. Yeah, April 2024, but no one knows. That's the problem. I don't know when the actual date is, and there's no one really knows when it is yet. But anyway, what would be really nice is like we get this like halving pump, and then everyone thinks it's sell the news and say we like sell off to like 30K, and then we start buying spot back around there, and then we get like a really nice like big move for the halving, like much higher, like 50K or higher. That's what I'm thinking. So okay. So that's like if you're looking to play continuation higher, that's cool. I think like maybe we could sweep back into 42K again just to fucking stop people out and maybe break down. So like I'm looking for as long as 42.2 is resistance, I'm expecting like 38K to come or like 39K, like CME gap. That's basically what I'm thinking for Bitcoin right now. I don't know about the Fed pivot yet. I'm not gonna like LARP as a macro guy. There's probably some other guys in the Discord who are better at that than me. For me, like okay, like this is how I see the market currently. See it here. You stop wherever the low is. I'd like to see like give me this. I'll be the happiest camper in the fucking world, man, that we get something like this. And then we get like the big short, the Michael Burry short. Okay. Boom. Something like that. This is like my ideal scenario. Like ETF news, everyone, their mom is excited. We get like big exit liquidity pump, and then we get like pre-halving dump. And then like you get long here with like a wider stop. You can like DCA your spot bags back. Who knows? Something like this. Because you have to understand, like this market's moves with the narratives, right? So what's the next narrative? Okay, ETF. Okay, what's the next? Okay, sell the news. Okay, everyone's like, oh no, and it's all over. And then pre-halving dump, and then you get the halving pump, and it just back and forth. So when I say like this year, next year, 2024 is gonna be a lot of swings. Like maybe it is. Maybe just like we just chop for a while. You know, I don't think Bitcoin like turbo nukes too hard next year because it's an election year as well. I think the stock market goes all-time highs by April. This would make a lot of sense to me. I think the stock market tops in April or May of next year in 2024. So maybe we get like a nice big pump, halving pump, stock market all-time high. Everyone's super fucking happy, and then we get a nice dump after that, and we just traded range. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's the perfect scenario. But like I'm gonna just play it. You know, this is what I want to happen. I'm not gonna like expect it to happen. But like you know, this scenario one in my mind. So above 42.2, we probably go to above 42.2. We probably go for 44K. Like we're just in a range until proven otherwise. This is where we're at right now. This is and then 42.2 is basically the midpoint of this range. Or 41.6 is the midpoint. Okay. So you can play ping pong up and down, back and forth until one side breaks or deviates. Okay, then higher. Or it goes to the range high again. Like I was expecting us to do this weekend, and then do this. I didn't think it was going to stop here, but that's where it went. I actually really wanted to see them push higher. So if they did it now, I would be, a little frustrated, but I would just wait for it to get hit, and then I would look to either fade it or play the breakout to 48K. Does anyone have any questions on Bitcoin? Like where we're at? Like what do you guys have do you guys have any questions on Bitcoin right now before I talk about like ETH or any alts? Okay. Like just feel free, guys. Ask questions. There's no stupid questions. Like I don't care. Ask me literally anything. Am I planning to short 42.3 soon? You could take a scalp short there. I'd like to see that remain as resistance. So like the shorter move would be wait for 42.2, 42.3 to get hit. And then if it rejects, then maybe like take 30% of like your normal position size and short there. And then if it starts rejecting properly, then you add some size back in to it. You add size, you add full size, and if it rejects properly, and then your targets would be the target would be the midpoint of the midpoint of this of the mid range. So it'd be like the quarter range. So it'd be like here. Let's do this. Okay, 42.3 is like really your midpoint, as you can see. So if you shorted that, like your target one would be like the halfway point between the midpoint. So this is like your quarter point. So like your target one on a short would be like 42.3 short. Target one would be here, which is like 41.2. Your next target would be a deviation below this range, or like the bottom of the range, which is like 40.5. And then your target three would be new lows. Would be this consolidation here, like 39.5. And then if you wanted to take a long, you thought like 42K was going to 42.2 would be flipped as support, you would just catch a long. So you would do halfway point, which is like 43.3, which is like literally the top of that. So you could just long here. Your validation. I mean, I wouldn't be comfortable long in that yet, to be honest. But like you could do that. Your first target would be here, second target, and then third target new highs. Not gonna lie, the tape has been kind of bullish today, though. Like ever since we nuked last night, like in the middle of the night down to 40.5, it's been like ever since that bottom, it's been very bullish. Like the tape. Like this is strong right now. We're trending higher, but we're also like potentially just going for a retest of this right here. We might just like retest this and then dump from there. And validation for a 42K short, like I would wait to see where the high is. If we sweep the mid range of like 42.2, 42.3, we sweep this and then break down. You could like try shorting in here, but you're validate, try shorting this. And then wait for it to come back below 42.2. And then maybe add more size in here, like 42.9 or 42K. And then wait to add like, go 25% of position size here, maybe add like another like 30, 40% in here, and then add the rest, like probably like below 41, around 41.6. And then your invalidations right here, above that high, you want to cut it because then it's going to go, if it goes above this level here, it's going to go higher. So, but like for me, I'm not really into shorting. I'm not really into trading around here. I don't want to trade these levels. I want to wait for a higher quality setup. A higher quality setup would be, for me, very simple. wait for one of these levels to get reclaimed or like swept. So wait for this resistance, back down to mid-range, second target, third target, or wait for here for this range to get broken in, for the next level to get tagged. So I guess the next level would really be like right around here. Wait for this to get swept, reclaimed. Okay, you can get long from here. You get long from here. You know, open like a 50% of your position here. It starts going back in, reclaims into the range, add the rest, and your new invalidations, like whatever the bottom would be. And then you just target like, you know, mid-range is target 1, target 2, and then target 3 would be higher. Once it reclaims, target 1, target 2, target 3. I talked about AVAX earlier. Yeah, we can talk about AVAX. Let's do it. I posted this on my Twitter a long time ago. Oh, we're pumping right now. Hold on. Is there any news or just liquidity? We're actually kind of pumping right now. Anything new? Hold on. Okay. So for AVAX, for me, like your indicator for this, for like AVAX, was pretty simple. You know, you have like these lows here that were swept below and held below. And then we had like, you didn't even have to catch this on the pick of bottom. You could have just been patient and waited. We had like the Stars Arena candle that like kind of kicked off like AVAX's like return to power again, on top of like other news. Like I think there was some AVAX event and then some other things that happened. But you had like the Stars Arena candle and then the hack, the Stars Arena hack, which sent prices back up or back down. But as soon as it started reclaiming above $10, is when like you should start paying attention, because the downtrend was broken. So that long downtrend was broken and flipped right here. So I used the 12 and the 21 daily EMAs. You didn't have to catch the pick a bottom to even know this is going higher. You could have just waited for those levels to get reclaimed. And then as soon as these levels were reclaimed, this level was reclaimed, the EMAs were bullish. And then from like a long perspective, this is like around the time that Bitcoin like really bottomed, around 26.7K. You could have timed this with Bitcoin if you thought Bitcoin was bullish based on the various reasons I provided like a while ago. If you're looking for an altcoin play, you could have chosen AVAX, because one, AVAX BTC also bottomed. But anyway, the trend was up. You had these areas of liquidity, these highs here were swept. Retested the trend, the daily trend. These EMAs were holding as like support levels. Like right here was held support, never touched. And then after it broke above this essential, like basically these highs here, the trend was confirmed as like flipped. So this became in my system like a big deviation. Like we shouldn't have seen AVAX below $12. So there was like significant strength being shown on AVAX. And then you had, from that perspective, you have all of this liquidity here to be tapped. Here, 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 and then here were just targets for highs to be swept and taken. And we did. And like the biggest opportunity to get involved and to get back on board on here was like, okay, after it pushed up hard, it retested the EMAs and held. So the trend was continuing to go up. And then since then, it's just swept like everything. Swept here. And then the next level to be tested for AVAX was right here. Because you have support, resistance, support, resistance, support, support. It's a big SR level. The great thing about where we are right now in the market is that we have so much data from the previous bull run to look at for coins. I use the 12 and the 21 daily EMAs, but you can also use the 12-hour and like 3-day weekly. Just this is purely for trend. So that was an important SR level to be tested, which is $16.41, and that held. And while that also went above and held here, you just continue the trend higher. And then you're just targeting, the highs here, which it tested, basically tested, and then just rocketed, shipped up. So the next levels for it to test from a macro, like liquidity level, macro SR level, it was $30. And then after that, you have the highs here. And you have this gap right here, which is $39, which basically $40, which it tagged. And now what do you have? You have like this huge void of liquidity gaps, like basically right in here. So like if you're bullish on AVAX, like your next target for AVAX is $52.86, which is, and it's funny because it held here. Held that EMA and it's holding at $40. So if you're bullish and you want to take a long on AVAX, your next target's like $52.86. And then after that, you just have these other obvious levels like 60. You have, 69, and so on and so forth. So AVAX is a good one. AVAX could be definitely. Let's look at AVAX BTC real quick. Look at that strength. You have these highs here, which is 35% higher to sweep. Let's see if we have the Binance pair to get more data. There you go. Always, if you try and find the exchange with the oldest data when you guys are like charting everything. So yeah, this is a good level here. So yeah, it's 30% higher on Bitcoin against Bitcoin. So like a really quality setup is if you're bullish in AVAX and you're targeting like new highs, wait for Bitcoin to come in and support. And like instead of longing Bitcoin, you can long AVAX. If Bitcoin gets to a big macro support level, like if Bitcoin goes, one sec, boys. If Bitcoin goes to 39K, if we're lucky, because we're pumping right now, so we could easily flip 42.2 here pretty soon. But if we're lucky, right, and we're looking for a sweep on Bitcoin down in here, and we're bullish on AVAX, and we think Bitcoin's going to 48K, and we think AVAX BTC is going to this level, your price target for AVAX BTC, bring up your calculator app, and type in like 48. Okay, well, if we think Bitcoin's going to 39K, we do $39,000 times, point on AVAX, it's 0.00095. So 39,000 times 0.00095. That's like a $37 AVAX price. And then if we think ETH BTC is going, or I'm sorry, if we think AVAX BTC is going to 0.0012, and you think Bitcoin's going to like 48K times 0.0012, your like AVAX target is like $57. Let's see. Let me bring that up by itself. $57, which is basically like, you know, pushing right here. So yeah, that makes sense. We're back at the 42K on Bitcoin right now. Yeah, like I use the ratios of like an alt against BTC to my advantage. I'm like, okay, if I think Bitcoin is going to this price level, and I want to find out where that makes the altcoin go to, if the altcoin holds against its BTC pair, that gives you like an approximate range of where I could see that alt going. Like ETH BTC, for example. Like if I think ETH BTC is going to go and sweep this low here because it looks like shit. If I think it's going to go here, let's just say it goes down here. 0.04949. 0.04949. Multiply that by, I think Bitcoin's going to 38,500. Where does that bring Ethereum? That brings Ethereum to 1905. So that's like the range. I use this to my advantage a lot. I use this like to calculate where I think an altcoin could go. And then I take those numbers and then I look at my levels and I look at EMAs, I look at a lot of different things. And I use that as confluence to come up with an idea, essentially. A lot of times. So if you're wondering how I get certain levels on certain alts outside of just pure levels, it's because I'm pulling confluence from like 3 or 4 or 5 different areas of my system and using it to approximate where I think I should start layering bids or layering asks for longs or shorts. So quick maths, boys. ETH has been such a disappointment this cycle. Ansem was right. Look at Sol ETH. Probably going right here. At least. I mean, we are at resistance technically. Okay. Adam, you bought a spot bag today at $10.60. Yeah, I could take a look at Adam in a minute. Does anyone have any questions? Like, does anyone have any specific alts they want me to look at? Tia, I can do Tia. Bitcoin dominance, Matic. Okay. Damn, the boys with the questions. And by the way, guys, you can always DM me on Discord asking for me to look at a chart for you too. You don't just have to ask me here during these streams. I'd actually prefer it because for me to get to all these all right now at once, it's going to take me a while. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do some now. But from now on, if you're having trouble and you're struggling with like, you just need some help or you just want like another set of eyes or you want like another opinion, like just DM me. You can add me as a friend on Twitter, on Discord, and I'll just ask me. Like, no, I'd prefer you do that, DM me, than ask me in the active questions section. Because if you do that, if it's just throughout the day, like it's much easier for me to get to everything or just to get to the one you're looking at. I actually don't have an opinion on the Solana Saga phone. All I know is that people who bought it got airdropped bonk, or all the phones got airdropped bonk, and those like each phone was worth like $4,000 or $5,000 at the top or something like that. Damn, we're actually pumping really hard right now. Okay. So ETH is very similar to Bitcoin. Like I wanted to see, okay, if Bitcoin does reject here and we go lower, like what's the setup I'm looking for? Just something like this. Okay, the thing is with ETH though, ETH is interesting because ETH swept these lows already. Bitcoin didn't. Bitcoin had a higher low on these wicks. ETH didn't. ETH actually swept. So, which is interesting to me. But ETH BTC is still looking kind of bearish, so I'm gonna just wait. I am not currently longing Ethereum right now. And then for me, like Ethereum is actually like below Ethereum on the daily, it's actually starting to lose its daily trend here. Which is kind of bearish. And then on the 12-hour, it's already lost it. It's already closed a couple candles below. So ETH's actually a lot more bearish than Bitcoin is right now. But okay, let's take a look. ETH actually provided a really good setup today that I wasn't looking at. Retest at this level, filled in efficiencies of this candle here, swept the lows, and then has gone bid on. It's actually gone bid. That's actually like this is a setup that I normally in my system I would have longed that, but I actually wasn't charting ETH and paying attention to it because I was actually I was just busy yesterday, and then I didn't really look at it much today because I was focused on Bitcoin, and I actually missed the setup. This is actually a really quality setup. For me, like I would have longed this here, and then my target's pretty simple. If I was long, I would be looking for this. I'd be looking for yeah, really high quality setup here actually. So I would have longed here. Target 1 would be here. So this would have been my first target for an ETH long, and my second target would be here. And then like target 3 would be the midpoint between here and here, which would basically be here. 2280 and then 2330 and above. That's how I would be looking at ETH if I was long currently. If you wanted to short Ethereum, I mean, this is a good target. So like, I wouldn't be shorting just yet, but yeah, that's like a perfect setup for me actually. Sweep here, get long here, T1, T2, T3, T4. This is actually textbook for my system.
Yeah, very textbook for my system too. It was nice.
Simple. Yeah, it is. What's up, Hockey? How are you, brother?
Easy. What's up, my bro?
I'm chilling, bro. It was great fucking seeing you.
Yeah, man, it was a good night. I was so happy that you showed up. And I wish the table was a little bit bigger.
Oh, no worries, bro. No worries, dude. No worries, my dude. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I got up really early the next day. Had to handle a lot of things. So yeah, what do you think of Pocket? I'm curious. What do you think of Ethereum and Bitcoin here right now? Now that
I'm
I have
long.
you on.
Yeah, I'm long. Yeah, I'm long.
Where'd you get long from on Bitcoin?
BTC, we got long on that 30-minute divergence inside the golden pocket. It's literally I started DCAing at like 4,800.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
So what are your targets? I'm assuming you already TP'd some.
I actually during the one-on-one I just TP'd my first TP at 41,889, which is the 0.5 fib on the big GP.
Nice. Can you pull that up on your stream? I'm actually really curious to see.
Yeah.
I would actually love to see it.
You want me to do some technical analysis for you real quick? All right.
Yeah.
You gotta end your stream so I can share.
I gotta end my stream. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta stop streaming.
Just stop streaming. Okay. Go for it, bro.
All right. Let's do this. So I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna show you guys just a blank chart. All right. So what I did is, we've been longing. Like we tried, like what 4 times. Like it's been rough trying to catch the bottom. But every time that we longed, I didn't even take this one. So these two, they were stopped out, break even, cool, it's whatever. We're short from the top. So all I did is there's a 3-day POC, there's a 12-hour and a 8-hour, but they overlap. So I really didn't care. But they're all like right here. Like the POCs that I was talking about, like the 12 hours are right here. The 3 days a little bit higher, but it's perfectly fine. It's just a great confluence for me. So what I did is I know that this is my area of interest, is what I call golden pockets. Golden pockets are just area of interest. Just means that I want a long or short, depending on where the price is. So in this case, it's a long GP. I waited for my confirmation of a oversold, which happened here and here. So once I seen this inside of a GP, my invalidation is a candle closure below the 886. My entry is going to be the sweep. So it looked just like this. To the warehouse. And then for TPs, guys, just keep it very simple. Because if we're in a range, these are going to be your TPs over and over and over again.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, this is, I think, personally, the last time that you could long with a tight risk, because depending on where we go, if we go here and we reject, it makes sense because we could sweep this. And then what do you guys know? We're in another GP. So, we could just be playing this range. But in reality, what I'm looking at is this big guy right here. So, let's get off this 30-minute bullshit. And let's just see if we can actually go to the range high, not just the current range high. Let's see if we can fill more of this GP right here, because there's the same thing that I just played here. There's actually better ones here. So you have weekly POCs. You have 3-day, daily POCs. So if we get a bearish divergence on the 30 here, that's where I'll enter in the trade of the sweep. Stop loss will be above the 886. And then guess what? TP1, TP2, TP3. That's literally all I do. It's not fucking, it might look like magic, but that's it. POC stands for point of control. It's a specific price that an asset. So this strategy works at Forex, traditional stock market, crypto. It's just a specific level, a price that money was interested in buying and selling. So there's a lot of action at that price. A naked POC, what we play, is the same thing that I just said, but it was never retested. So what that means is there's leftover liquidity there. And if you know anything about trading, what controls an asset? Liquidity. At the end of the day, it's not support, it's not resistance, it's not Elliott waves, it's not even golden pockets. None of that matters. All that matters is where is the liquidity. And the only way to find liquidity, there's a couple ways, but in my case, the easiest way to find liquidity is naked POCs. And I can show you guys my real chart on how I'm able to catch every fucking move that this market gives me. So where did we reject off of? We rejected off of the value area high of a 2022 fixed range volume profile is what it was. We also created a bearish divergence on the 30 above the weekly. But hey, what about the golden pocket? No problem. So how you pull GPs is always left to right, high to low. But you have to be able to identify the range to properly pull the high and the low. So some people were pulling from here. People that I've trained, stuff that I've seen on crypto Twitter. People are using fibs now everywhere. It blows my mind. I hope it works forever though. But realistically, what do we have? This is the range. So you have to pull from here to the low. That's all we did. That's all I did. And then if you notice, what do we got? We have a big GP. This thing is fucking massive though. But it's still, all it does is just lines it up with, hey, I was long from down here. We longed again, like right here. I think it's time for me to start looking for some shorts. And what we had a 30-minute bearish divergence right here at these POCs. I took my shot on my short. So now I'm short and I'm long. If this short gets stopped out and break even or profit, you guys already know I'll be looking for another short up here. I just need to see a bearish 30-minute divergence. Or actually like right here, because this is the current one that we're in, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So so if we just go back to lower time frame, now you guys can actually see my levels. Liquidation levels by Lithium. Shout out to him. And this is that right there. So you guys can see that, hey, now I know why he might short up here with the bearish divergence. But I just need to see a sweep though. So I don't care if we take this guy out. All I need to see is like this, and then like a possible bearish divergence. So I need to see the 30-minute RSI oversold, or I'm sorry, overbought, and we sweep, and I enter in here or here, and my invalidation is here. And if I get stopped out, or the div is invalidated, I cut the trade, hopefully for break even, and then we're going higher, and I'll look to short again up there.
Yep.
If not, and we just range, guess what? Pocky will be long, short, or I'm sorry, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, and I will extract as much fucking money as I can out of the market the same way we did here. You can backtest the strategy, it works. The same way we did here, the strategy works the same way. Same way we did all this here. I took like 2 longs down here. Perfect. One of them played out big. So if you notice, I benefit in a ranging market, but I set myself up for the swing. My problem is, as a scalper, when you see these type of moves, you pretty much take TPs. Like when you're in a BTC long and you caught 23% on leverage, it's very difficult for you to hold that trade for higher. And that's my only problem with this strategy. Hope it all makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Those are prices. We don't play prices of the GP. We just pay attention to the 618 and the 886. So like that area. Here, let me see. Can you see it a little bit better? Like, yeah, I actually remove these prices for like my trainings and stuff like that because we don't care about the price. What we're playing is these levels here. We're not playing the whole damn thing. It's too big. How big is this? Yes, I mean, some people can DCA at 3% range, but it just depends on your risk management. Problems with voice. Hey, man, my pleasure, dude.
Brother. I appreciate you coming on. It's good. Everything's great, man.
Yeah, pretty wild.
I actually was I love it, man. I love seeing what you do. I love seeing how our stuff like connects to each other, and we like oftentimes come up with the same
entries.
It's the same entries, the same exits. It's such a beautiful thing, man. It really is.
It is pretty wild. I'm curious to know like how do you trade, because it's just funny how it matches up like almost pretty much the same. And then Coin Guru too, like my entries are pretty cool. Oh wow, okay, nice. I think that was TP2 right there. Let's go. Yeah, we hit TP2. We're printing, baby. We fucking printing. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get on that private call, and you got.
We will. Let's do it. Let's do it soon, man. I got a lot to show you.
All right, let's get it. Well, okay, I'm done hijacking your live. You can get back
good,
on your.
I love it. You can hijack me anytime you want, bro. It's always a pleasure, dude.
Hey, man, that's awesome.
I need to keep learning myself. I have to keep learning, man. If you don't, I mean, I don't know everything in the world. I have a good system that works for me, and it works very well. But if you don't keep learning, if you don't keep adopting other people's things, don't keep learning from other people, that's when you start losing. You have to keep moving forward. The market changes every single day.
Unless you find like a really goated strat. Like if your strategy is you've been killing the market for a year, 2 years, 3 years, a month, I wouldn't say like, oh, you figured it out just by trading like being profitable in a month, because like we've been in an uptrend. So like until you're able to experience like bull markets, bear markets, and apply your strategy in all scenarios, and it's profitable, then at that point you can. I do it. Like you guys hear me not talk shit, but You hear me say, like, I don't need supply demand. I don't need support resistance. I don't need Elliott waves. I don't need FTGs, FTLs, FVGs. I don't need pivots. I don't need anything until my shit is broken and it doesn't work anymore. I'll look for something else or some additional confluence to my trades. But my trades are it's literally my kids do this, guys. Like my 8-year-old and my 11-year-old do this. This is all they do though. They only play golden pockets and divergences. So, but realistically, my strategy is step 1, naked POCs. Great. Step 2, golden pocket. Step 3 is our div, and this is our confirmation. That's it. So if it doesn't have all 3 check marks, I'm not in the trade yet.
Yep.
Where my kids just do this. They hate drawing the POCs. They literally just do golden pocket and div. I taught them how to do that, so they're happy. But guess what?
Butter, baby.
If you play golden pockets with divergences and you get filled on the div and then you move your stop loss to like basically break even, pretty much I think it's like 95% of the time it plays out to either break even or a profitable trade. It's only like 5% where actually it gets invalidated at the 886.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Amazing, bro. Yeah, I just do business like for me as a trader, I just do business away from POCs. You know, I use this thing called like liquidity theory, and I use like an old school version of it, and I just do businesses on the extremities of ranges. That's all I've ever done. You know?
If have you looked at the here, let me delete all this jazz. Have you ever checked out the liquidation levels by Lithium by any chance?
I haven't.
Okay, so
it's a little. It's an indicator.
Yeah, it's gonna blow your mind.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's gonna fuck your life up right now.
Levels? Maybe I have seen it.
So check it out. All right, so I'm gonna turn on my POC. I'm gonna turn it on.
Oh right? Yeah. It looks so similar to High Block Capital.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm the one that fucking put everybody on the High Block Capital in WG.
Really?
Earlier this year. But
I've been using High Block Capital since like, since I met Zoran in like 2021.
Oh no shit! Yeah, I started using it 2022.
It's so good in range bound systems for me. So
it
good.
is.
It's so good.
It's a little price. Like some of my students were like, "Dude, it's too much. Like it's too pricey." I was like, "Okay, there's another indicator out there that you guys can use, and it's liquidation levels by Lithium, and you guys are gonna laugh on like where we bounce from. So you already know that there's a golden pocket down here. You already know there's higher time frame levels, right? Here's your liquidation levels. Look where we bounce from. Literally a liquidation level right there.
Yep.
40,700. Now you could have even went lower time frame and it would even have got like more pico of entry. Same thing. So like now I'm on the 15. Look where we bounce from. We bounce from literally a 50x leverage at 40,605, 606. So if you played that liquidation level inside the GP with the divergence on a lower time frame, you literally would have had a better entry than me.
So fucking good.
So these are like areas. And then now if you notice, like, hey, where was his TP1 and TP2 again? TP1, TP2, and I think I almost hit TP3 just now. And look, they match up with fib levels and it matches up with rejection levels. So like, you can see these got blown away. That's why I don't just play liquidity levels. And then look, there's no confirmation for me to even think about scaling into a short right now because there's like no div that printed. There might be a 5. There's not even a 5 yet. So based off my theory or my strategy, I feel like we could even sweep this and make another higher high. And then, hey, maybe you could scale into a short, sweep this to grab this liquidity, and then a nice little scalp short. Market's been a little crazy, but as long as you stick to the rules and the plans, everything usually works out in the future.
We're just in the meat grinder right now, man. That's what I call it. After a big move, we get this like pullback and then chop consolidation, meat grinder. I call it the meat grinder, man, because plebs are just getting grinded up like into fine bits of meat, bro.
It's
the market makers and the exchanges are just eating on fees, you know?
Yeah, well, then they see liquidity, right? So like on the 4 hour, where fuck, dude, look. Don't you want a long like sub 39, like under 40K, right? Look, me too.
I'm gonna scale into a long down there. I have a setup for it. Yeah.
Look at all the liquidity down here. Look at look at my levels. There's a GP there, right? Look what we just tapped. There is no more liquidity anymore higher on the 4 hour. That was it. That's all we got right here.
Yep. So, and there's a CME gap down there as well.
Yeah, we got a couple of them.
And then from market structure standpoint, if you're trading the daily on a 5 minute, you're gonna want it to. If you're looking at the daily candles like a 5 minute chart, you're gonna want to sweep down into there to grab liquidity to go higher. So.
Yeah, right now it's definitely not an area for me to trade because if you guys just pull a simple fixed range volume profile, look where we really went. We tested this range high. But I think that this is if you're going to include this area up here, then technically you want to include this area too, because they fall inside of each other. So realistically, you just got one big ass range. So you got to pull from there to there. This makes more sense. Now look, we could maybe look for a short, right at 43.
Yep.
I'd like that.
Yeah, 43.2 in that area. It's probably a good area to look to short.
And then our value area low.
But, even then, it's there's still the high of the range, which is right there as well. So.
Yeah, I'm just
being patient right now. I'm just waiting for a really, really nice setup.
Oh, I thought we would have gotten this call and you would have been long from right here.
No, I wasn't long.
Oh,
I was long. I was long yesterday. I TP'd, basically where we are now. And then I was short last night. I shorted a couple things on my own, and then TP'd this morning when I woke up. And I kind of I try not to trade Mondays too much, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
I want to see Monday range form, and then I'll part of my system. I just wait for a sweep of either side of the highs or lows and see the reaction there before I start getting involved too heavily. I'm just letting Monday form right now.
I like your short. It was a Sunday short, but I did.
I shorted all. I shorted some altcoins. I shorted Filecoin and some others yesterday.
Look at that short GP on a Sunday. You know my daily bias shit, right? Short Sundays, long Tuesdays. Yeah. Yep. So what could happen though, even tomorrow, guys, is depending on how high we go. Even if we go up to that 43, you could pull your fibs again. If we make a higher high, this is valid now. So let's just say we go up to this weekly here at 43,872. I'm not saying that we do, but if we do, we have a new GP again. This area that we can look for another long. But if there's no bullish divergence down here, I ain't playing that. I'm playing hopefully this on tomorrow, Tuesday. Hopefully we can get a fucking massive flush and a nuke and we get filled somewhere around here. But for now, we're playing the range and it's just level to level.
We're just in a range right now. It's pretty simple.
We just filled the CME gap that we printed over the weekend.
Boom.
So that's good. I don't know if you guys play CME gaps at all, but
I play them as an area of interest for sure.
Yeah, they're
I always have those levels in mind, and then I just try and pull Confluence some other parts of my system to see if when I think it might be hit. But it takes time. It takes time for those to get hit sometimes.
Yeah, they do. But they're super goated, guys. If you can tie just looking at the CME, it gives you an idea. I'll post the CME chart right here. The CME that we just filled is the middle one. So if we start getting candle closures above this CME gap, above 42K, guess what my target is now on my long that I have left over is the CME gap higher at 44. But if we start losing the CM gap and we start closing below 41,950, oh yeah, we're getting filled below 40K. We're going to fill that CME gap. Configure liquidation levels. It's just stock. I don't think I did anything. This is just stock indicator. All right, let me clean up my main chart. I don't like making my main chart dirty like this.
I think at some point I'm definitely going to do a class on liquidity theory. I talked to Woods about it, how I play it.
Oh, I love it. Basically, it's not I don't advertise as it, but realistically, if you're playing POCs, technically that's where liquidity's at anyways. And it's like it's untapped liquidity. Like this 2022 value area range high that you can clearly see that we did a deviation at. Like not a lot of people have technical analysis that they drew on their chart from 2022. Like everybody's just zoomed in like to like just this right here. Like that's not going to help you unless you are a range trader. Well, if you're a range trader, then you definitely should be using basic liquidity and Fibonacci. Like it's technically or support resistance, like very simple technical analysis shit. Any more questions? I got to get going. I've done like 3 one-on-ones.
You've been on all day, man. I love it.
Yeah. I've been killing the one-on-ones lately. So yeah, if you guys got any more questions, I'm gonna hand it back over to Nick. You want me to chart alts right now? Oh man, really? All right. I'll chart the one alt just to show you how I start my day. So since you said FET, I'm starting on the monthly, bro. Like I don't care what's going on right now at the 1 hour or anything. I need to know where this asset is at. Is it at a rejection area? Is it coming to a lower time frame bounce area, lower time frame rejection area? Like I just need to know what's going on before I even think about taking a trade. So if you want to look at FET, I'll pull up FET for you. What kind of coin is it? Is it like AI or Meta or some shit? Okay, so it's AI. You really want me to chart this, man? It's at all-time high.
Just do it for the mans.
Okay, I was long from here. I was long from 20 cents, and I fully TP'd. That's my technical analysis on FET. Yeah, it's right here on the chart. You can't. I'm not lying. Like, look, it's right there. We longed at 23.45. We were long. I'm Bybit. I'm sorry. I'm Bybit. I'm what I trade on the FET on Binance. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's another thing. So like I only trade what my exchange gives me. Because if I start trading Binance levels on Bybit, everybody knows Bybit is insane with their wicks. Insane. Like Bybit literally could wick like an extra 2-3% compared to Binance. And now that we're talking about it all, it's just setting me up to fail. But if there is higher time frame levels on FET, so we can, there's no monthly levels for us to trade. Let's put the PVP indicator back on. There's no weekly levels. All right, let's take a look. Is there 3? Okay. So if you're looking for a short, there already is a possible setup on a short. But you would probably, and you're not long unless you're long from lower, because your long area is down here. So this is a very, 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 very tight pocket for you to possibly build a short on with FET. So right here, we're going to mark out our 3-day level here. Let's go to the daily now. We have an overlap with a daily and a 3-day. So this 7222225 is a big level that most likely with a bearish divergence, you could take the trade. Most likely. Not saying that we just have limits left up here, because what do we need to see? We need to see a possible bearish divergence. So we got daily, 3-day, 12-hour. Yeah, look, this area is just lighting up right here. Like right around here is like a big, big area of, people would call it resistance. So we got 12-hour, 8-hour. Yeah, this coin's already selling me. You guys see why though, right? So we're inside of a big GP, and there's just massive amounts of naked POCs, which also will tell you that there's liquidity there. There's actually liquidity right here. So if we tap this, you could see a rejection down where you might be able to get a long to short up here. But if we start flipping this, then you can target higher. 4-hour, perfect. Another level. So what I use levels as is possible entries. That's all it is. These are all possible entries. So as of right now, I'm flat on FET. I would be looking for a 5-minute, 15 or 30-minute bearish divergence around these levels here. So it'll look something like this on the 30. Let me just actually go to the 30 so we don't even have to guess it. So what you're going to want to see is some type of high on the RSI. So the RSI, like right now, it's not even oversold. So that's perfect. This like saves me from trying to short that 6-hour POC. And we're not even inside of a golden pocket. So I need to see the RSI do something like this, the price go like this, and then I need to see a sweep. Boom. And I need to see the RSI maintain a higher low. So your entry would be depending on where we get the high, the oversold from. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here. Let's just say like this right here. Your stop is hella wide. It's on an altcoin, but you're not just DCing. You're not just getting in one entry here. Basically, you're like scale in, you'll add, and then maybe you can add a little bit more here, and then your stop would be above this 886. But only with the div. No div, no trade. No POC, no Pico entry. This is how it works. That's it. So that's your FET. That's a higher time frame analysis, but we're executing on a lower time frame confirmation. It's like the only way I'm able to catch a Pico entry. Cool. All right, there's your FET. No more.
Boom.
Oh, TP. Okay, so what are the TPs? Okay, your TPs is the same thing. So, I showed you guys long TPs. Your short TPs would be here, here, here. In my case, I do 20, 20, 20, and then I keep the rest for a moon bag. So in this case, I would want to see a sweep of this level. Yeah, that's exactly how I play it. So what is what's your risk reward, right? Like how much can I make off this trade? I mean, you're looking at a 12% scalp. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. People jump for joy and go crazy catching 2-3% scalps. Once you get into the den, you'll start to see that 2-3% scalps we can literally catch sleeping. Literally sleeping.
What do you think? Do you think FET's done right now?
No. I mean, based off of my Bybit chart, I see a rejection area here. But like, if we flip it,
if it flips 72 cents, then probably like.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, okay, you guys, you want me to be honest? Then like $1.50 would be like my target.
Of course.
But I'd be like scaling out like every fib level, right? So like I'd take TPs at 85, 101, 117, 134, 150, and then I'd be done. Like if I was still long from fucking at 20 cents, these would be my new TP. But I probably wouldn't even be holding it. Because to be honest with you, this is what we're looking at now. Let's pull from the high to the low. And let's see the GP that we flip. So my strategy can be used as well for breakouts. Oh fuck. Yeah, no, $2. We just hit TP1 moon bag. That's actually where we rejected off of. That's fucking hilarious. I love these fibs, man. It's too funny. It's too funny. 20%, not 25 for me. Yeah. So it lines up, right? Like the 618 or the 1618 lines up with those higher time frame POC. So if we were to do like a bearish retest on the smaller range and then just, stop this up only trend channel type of deal, we wouldn't want to see it make a higher high. If it makes a higher high, we're just flipping and going higher then. Yep. But if you look on the daily, there's a fucking massive daily bearish divergence, which would also scare me. Because if we get like up here and the divergence does something like this, oh yeah, get out of the short. You're about to get wrecked. You're about to get wrecked.
Yeah. No, if it holds that bear div and we retest like 71.50 and then reject that, you could probably like short that with like your invalidation, like where that wick is.
Yeah.
Short, something like that.
Yeah, it's literally right where you were just talking about. You said 71, 70. Yeah, but it all falls inside of a GP. Yeah, like this area. So like, any bearish divergence that we get in here is like your confirmation to scale into the short. But your invalidation is also then the div or the 886, depending on where you enter, because it's still a pretty big range to short.
Beautiful, man. Gonna be a big week, brother.
Yeah, man.
Nice week. We got Christmas soon, man. We got 7 days. We got Christmas. I love it.
It's fun, man. It's always fun. Like crypto, there's always something going on. Like it's not just like FET or BTC. Like like STX, right? Like hopefully you're positioned in a long, and you are, and you're looking for a short, right? Like for me right now, the altcoin that I'm playing with is the most shittiest altcoin in the market, and I'm actually longing it. I'm longing this fucking coin.
Which coin is this? I can't see it.
YFI with two eyes. With two eyes. Yeah. Like if you guys notice, like why is he even thinking about logging? Like this shit just looks like it's going down only. It is. It really is. It's fucking nuking. But we're in a massive bounce area. And what I mean by massive bounce area is like every time we hit like a big POC, you can catch like a 3-4% scalp. And if you doubt me, let's go to a lower time frame.
Wait, is this Wi-Fi at a lower price?
No, it's without. No, it's just one eye instead of two eyes. Oh. Yeah. So if you played this div, like right here on the 5-minute, like I did, I played this sweep. If you noted, like I just DCA'd like a fucking animal. I caught like how big of a? I caught an 8% scalp in like an hour, not even. So like that's why, like if you're looking to long, like my strategy is different to a lot of mods and traders in WG. Like there's a lot of people that are really good at playing breakouts and like bullish retests and bearish retests. Like that's tremendous. Like that's great. I want to be positioned in before everybody else. I need to play these big liquidity. When everyone else is scared, that's when big money is actually getting in or getting out.
Yep. Same.
So when you're afraid to short, guess what? There's a dude with $100 million that's shorting it. When you're afraid to long, there's a whale with $100 million long it. And you can see this with open interest. So there's a couple other things that you guys can use. But the reason why I say that is because they need the liquidity to get filled.
Yep.
They cannot market in like retail can. Retail can market in, price ain't even gonna move.
Yeah, it takes them forever to build positions. That's why like BlackRock isn't worried about price action right now. They're just gonna accumulate like over a long period of time.
Yes, exactly. And they're
allocating billions. They're allocating billions of capital. They need to engineer liquidity lower and liquidity higher to get in and out of positions. That's like literally how I look at the market. Like the market's just game theory on steroids. My job and like the way I look at it is just where are these bigger players wanting to get filled, and then paying attention to like what's going on in the news and the narratives, and just being okay. These guys are getting filled big here, or these guys are distributing big here as well. So
and it's really funny when you guys start marking out your charts. You'll start to see a pattern, and the pattern is fucking hilarious. What do we get? Every single time, like I shorted 31.7, right, guys? Like everyone was there for that. What happened? We were at a higher time frame GP. We were at higher time frame rejection POCs. What happened in the news? Bearish. How funny is that? We get bearish news on the top, and we get bullish news on the bottom. When everyone is afraid to short, everyone got filled. Bearish news gets executed because everybody knows it's going to happen before it happens. When you know this market, and we're filled and we short, and everyone is just feeding our TPs, grab liquidity. This was just a big ass liquidity grab. There was no more liquidity left over. Then we just kept ranging. There was people that were shorting the bottom because of this old bearish news. And then guess what happened? Bullish news. All these shorts get wrecked. People tried to fade it, thinking that it's a scam pump, and all these more shorts get wrecked. And these longs that when the people who were not afraid to long are the ones that actually get the cookie. They're the ones that get the TP because they weren't scared. This market is full of wolves and sheep. You get to decide what you want to be by your technical analysis and your execution. If you're scared, you better toughen up, because this market is not here for you to make money. This market is here for you to get slaughtered like a sheep.
It's here for you to give liquidity to the whales to get in and out of positions. That's it.
So play the levels that the whales play, and that's as simple as that.
That is all you need to do.
It sounds so easy. And like even me 3 years ago would have been like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not listening to you. I'm going to do my own thing. I've been there, done that, guys. Like the shit really works. Like Nick, once we figure it out, we can explain it and make it sound easy as shit because it really is. Like I've lost 3 trades in the whole year and I've taken over 3,500 trades. Like our win rates are spectacular. That's because we literally play liquidity levels. You want to be a wolf? Okay, you can. You are the only one that has control over this. That's what's beautiful about trading finance is that you don't have to be 6'7" and run like a 4.4. Like you don't have to have any like physical attributes that you can't control your height, right? Like, but you can control how much you know about a trading market. You can develop a system, a trading strategy. Hopefully, you know your risk management. Like there's like things that you have to do to be successful in this, and it's a system with an edge that has proven in the past is profitable, and then your risk management. That's really all you need.
We want you guys to ask questions too. We want you guys to be hungry and like, we have a lot of information to give. We probably both spent. I can't even think about how many hours I've spent like in front of the computer screen the last 4 or 5 years trading the stuff day in day out. There's so many like nuances and intricacies about this market that we've both learned over the years, and we're like here to share it. We're here to answer questions. So just don't feel afraid to ask. Don't be like hesitant to annoy me in my DMs. It's not annoying. I don't find anyone asking me questions about the market or setups annoying. Like I want to help. I love teaching. I love what I do. So
same here.
Like
and everybody that's a ninja that's in here right now can contest to this, that you don't apologize to me or Nick. If you ask a question, don't say, oh, sorry, I got to ask this question. No. We're here for you guys. So you don't need to apologize at all. All questions are valid. It just might be like the answer you had might have been the wrong answer, but we'll help you correct it where you'll have the right answer. So in my case, maybe you pulled the wrong fib and I'll help you correct it. Or you don't understand divergences. That's a little bit harder. Like I can't teach divergences because it's literally like I play 2 divergences. I play exaggerated and type A, which is like the strongest one. So like I have a cheat sheet in my den that I posted in my corner too, that all you gotta do is memorize it. It's not like I can give you the answer. The answer is right there on the paper. You just gotta memorize it. That's all you gotta do. But like fibs, POCs, stuff like that, of course, like I can teach you on how to map out a chart and wait for your levels to get hit.
That's it, boys.
Yeah, Andy, this strategy, like if you're not really familiar with like good risk management and leverage trading, this pretty much everyone's strategy works with spot too. It's just like spot ones would actually probably be easier because your risk management is going to be much different than it would be with leverage as well. But yeah, it works. I mean, like, if you built, this is a probably a bad example, but the same area that I longed, like if you're just not as patient as one would like, if you just bought a spot in this GP with every like 30-minute bullish divergence, I believe your average entry, I think I did the math already on this. Your average entry would be like right there at 25,736. So, and then obviously your targets would be much higher for spot. So, your first TP would have been a higher high, second TP, third TP, and then your final TPs for spot. I don't think 67's actually, if you're long from 25K, yeah, Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go that low, but if we do, I'm still gonna load up again. But yeah, these would be like your big TPs. So like 44, 51, 59, 67. So it works on spot too. But I'm not a spot trader anymore. I bought Bitcoin for $400 a coin. I don't want to buy any more crypto. I don't want to buy Bitcoin at 25K. And I hold Ethereum from sub 1,000. So like my spot trading is much different than, what your spot trading might be right now. For me, I love intraday scalping. It just, for some reason, it keeps me busy. A little bit too busy now, but it works. The strategy works pretty much. My strategy works even on like lower time frame. Like you could fucking do this shit on like 5-minute, 30-minute GPs and stuff. Like, see, like super tight positions, like just scalping like a degen. Basically, like I don't even think you got a divergence though. So like this, there's no trade right now. Like I wouldn't even play this GP. So if anything, it might be like this one for a scalp. You're in it, you're waiting. You just need to see like a sweep. So like right now, you maybe look at something like this. You have like a 1% invalidation. Your TP would be like a lower low. So you'd be like TP1, TP2, TP3, and then like a moon bag for the rest, like lower. So, but this is like really tight, right, guys? Like I like the higher one, the one that we have here. It's like 43K and higher. Yeah. Divergences is like my confirmation on all my trades. Like I'll play higher time frame GPs, higher time frame POCs, but I'll also play like low. So like if I'm doing daily, 3-day, weekly, monthly POCs, I look for a 30-minute divergence. If I'm playing like 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, 4-hour, I'll play like a 15-minute divergence. And if I'm playing even lower levels than that, then I'm looking at like a 1-minute, 5-minute divergence. Is my analysis pretty much the same as yours? Like, are you looking? Are you wishing you were in a long and you're looking for shorts
No,
right now?
I don't care, man. Trading doesn't bother me. I don't wish anything. I'm just
I mean,
waiting
I
for my
wish,
setup.
but like,
Oh no, I'm happy right now. I'm just waiting.
You're good. You're
I'm
flat.
chilling, bro. yeah, I'm flat right now.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I mean, I have some shit coins, but I don't have much exposure at the moment.
So you're probably looking for like maybe a short up here and a long down here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Haha.
Pretty much. I'm just waiting for Monday's range to form at the moment. I
Right.
actually didn't. I actually expected us to puke harder today. From like now that I look at it, like in hindsight, it makes sense. We swept like 40.5K and held. So just for a range play, we're just range bound until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
But I'm really just waiting for me to like. I'm waiting for a deviation of the bigger range to happen, and then I'm gonna get involved.
Right.
Here.
So like a
I'm looking for a really big setup right now, though. That's just me.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love it too. I'd love a mass. Like my short's not that big from up here, so. Yeah. I'd be looking to add up here to get a big short and then just target range lows or a deviation below the range, get long, and then I want to see a reclaim and then fuck this range and we go higher.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm looking for, I want to sweep of 39K and then reclaim back into this range and then send all the way through the range of one candle and then go tag 48.5 finale for the season. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
100%. 100%.
So I'm just being patient until I see I can scalp around and it's great. I'm just waiting, being patient for that setup right now. Personally, that's what I'm looking for.
It's the same thing.
I've had the best year ever this year, and I'm just like waiting. I'm just waiting.
Me too.
And if I miss the entry on the long, it's okay. I can always get back. I can get back on board later.
100%.
I don't worry about missing entries that often because I always have a plan to get on board if the move's already started without me.
100%. And that's how and guys, everybody, like, don't stress it. Like I was long from. I'm sure Nick was long from down here. Like a lot. I took all my TPs right here. I was like, oh fuck.
Same.
Like, oh, I see. I thought we were gonna just start puking and come back down to 30K. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Like, it's not giving up. Like, bots buying, OIs like still going up, prices going up. Like, those are bullish signs. So I'm in a short. I'm not in a long anymore. My short gets stopped out and break even. And then what do? We caught a long again. Yep. Another leverage long.
Yeah, I was long from 26K, or actually 25K over summertime until 31. I caught that publicly on Twitter, and then I caught 26K, and TP'd like at 37K. Because 37K was actually my main target for summertime. I thought we were gonna run 37K over the summer, and we didn't. We just stopped at like 31.8. But
yeah, yep.
Yeah, I got out of all my spot at 38K, and so then I was just trading around a little bit.
Wow, yeah, man, we have like the same exact entry. So like I was long here in July 2022. I shorted, I longed, I got stopped out, break even. I shorted, I longed, I shorted, I longed, I shorted, I longed. I shorted, longed here. So like you guys see that like with the strategy, what am I catching? I'm literally like with my strat, I'm able to catch like tops and bottoms, tops and bottoms, tops and bottoms.
Dude, look at this 12-hour candle real quick when you have a chance.
Right now, the 12-hour right now.
Look at the 12-hour candle right now. It's actually kind of insane. We like literally engulfed the entire like last couple days of price action in one go.
Yeah, but how's volume looking? What's OI look? Ooh, that doesn't look. Right? It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, guys. Like this is not a lot of volume right now, and the OI is actually going down, and the price is going up. This might be a trap. I think we might get filled tomorrow on our 40K, sub 40K long. I really hope we can.
Please, brother.
I really hope we can.
Fucking go.
Just for streaming purposes that we call it. Like that would be so great. Like, all right, guys, like I want to see, like we could push it a little bit more, but I want to see a rejection. I want us to sweep all this bullshit, come back, test this range high, and like send it.
Yeah. It's doing what right now. What it's doing is what I wanted it to do yesterday. But I wanted it to go because I got filled at 41.6 and I TP'd 42.5. I really wanted to see it go to 43.5 and 44, and like and then break down what it did this morning. But oh well.
Exactly. No money lost. You still made money.
No, yeah, I crushed it. No, I longed it. I TP'd and then I shorted some alts and like made a nice fat bag.
Perfect. So. Perfect.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up.
Were the other boys gonna do a stream today as well? Were they gonna come on, or is because I've been on since 3?
I don't know. You know, sometimes it's like on schedule, sometimes it's not. Yeah. I thought the group stream was gonna be today at 4 p.m. for like why I'm on right now. But it looks like they did it at 12 or 1 today. Oh, okay. So, but I was teaching, so I couldn't make it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's fucking go, man. I'm definitely gonna do another stream this week as well at some point.
Hit me up.
No, I will. I for sure will. I'm excited to get it going. We got Christmas in a week, man. Let's go. I hope everyone's like doing some fun stuff with family for the holidays.
Yes.
Hope people take a little bit of time off, just a little bit.
I'm happy. I took the weekend off, man. I'm ready to trade though, or teach and trade. Same. I got my fun out of the way. I'm ready to turn up.
Let's go, baby. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure.
Same here, man. Thanks for having me. Together are nuts. Yeah, you should see us when we're in person. Like we can talk about so many other things that we talk about Pico entries. Oh shit! Like I showed him this chart Saturday night. I'm like, hey, you know why we bounced from like exactly at 40,200? He's like, show me. I'm like, monthly task POC. What else we got? All right, that's it, man. I'm done. Are you wrapping up the stream too?
Yeah, I'll probably get off in like 10 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start packing up and head home. I'm gonna have to go sit in like hour traffic. And I gotta bring Dal his bag too. So.
Oh yeah. He's leaving to what, tomorrow or Wednesday?
Wednesday, so I gotta make sure I get him his things before he leaves. And it's like an hour and a half drive.
Yep. Oh yeah, shit. All right, man. Drive safe, right?
All right. Thanks, guys.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Oh yeah, bro. Definitely. I'll catch everyone later. Have a good night, brother.
Later, brother.
Peace.
Always a pleasure to have Pocky on, boys. Man, it works so fucking hard. He's so smart. He knows his system so well. Always a fucking pleasure. I'm probably gonna wrap it up too. So yeah, you guys can expect a lot more setups from me here this year, in 2024, on altcoins especially. So BTC, ETH, and then like 1 or 2 really good altcoins, and we'll just be crushing them nonstop. All right. All right, boys. Yeah, and also please, like, if you have questions, if you want me to look at individual coins, just DM me, add me as a friend on Discord. I'll accept. And just send me a request whenever you have, whenever you need something. Okay. Andy, just send me a DM, Andy Z, and I'll get with you off stream. I will. I'm gonna do a liquidity masterclass. I'm gonna do a lot more educational stuff. What I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna be streaming here, and then I'm gonna be posting it to my YouTube, and then I'm assuming the guys will post it to their YouTube as well, to the Wealth Group YouTube. But I'd like to do like a class on liquidity theory. I like to do a class on ranges. I like to do a class breaking down my trending system in detail, and going from there, and then providing like scalp setups and things like that. So yep. But thank you guys for the time today. It's been about 2 hours. I'm gonna go do some last minute Christmas shopping for my girlfriend. Get her something nice before the holidays, and then I'm gonna be traveling on Wednesday. So Wednesday is a travel day. Wednesday, Thursday, and then we have the weekend. I'll be posting every day though, my setups, my biases, and everything of that sort. So if you need me, just hit me in the DMs. All right. All right, boys.